Okay, everyone. It has been quite a while, and there's been a lot of reasons. Busy, lack of motivation, also, well, yeah, just a lot of stuff. I'm alive. I am currently on my last summer break of university. Next semester, the fall semester, I will finally graduate, and before then, I want to finish this series because honestly, this is just taking way too long. And yeah. Alright, so this is my current setup for the next quest. This next quest is immensely difficult. Most likely for the battles. Those will be post commentary, and that might be the case going forward now because a lot of these battles are just gonna get ridiculously hard. So the fact that I can even use the same team for all the battles today, because you know I've literally like save scummed and beat this quest already using this team. I will be using a different team for another battle, but you don't have to do that. This team here is not optimized per se for this quest. I honestly recommend you just have like different teams for each of these battles because they're ridiculous. Also, you may notice the Lichen Rock here. I have it because this is the battles are just way too difficult unless I create like a very specific team for each one, and I didn't want to do that, so Lichen Rock is my solution. I was hoping to not have to do anything in terms of changing fields, but I just kind of have to. It's just too ridiculous, so I hope you excuse me. I may end up having to use legendaries in the future too. Hopefully I don't have to do this again for another quest sometime soon. Anyway, as you can see, ability doesn't really matter too much. You want a plus speed nature on top of training and speed, and obviously attack. And then you need Stone Edge to use the Z move. Rock is just a great priority move. Crunch is there for coverage, and Quick Guard is just useful for these upcoming battles in general, but I don't see myself using it. Next we have Naganadel. Same as always, it's holding a life orb, but I will be changing its item around here and there. I recommend using choice specs on it. There's that. Then we have Metagross, same as always, just holding an Assault Vest this time around. Blaziken, you already know. Same moveset as usual. I have my Mimikyu. This one is holding a Pixie Plate. And then here are its moves, so forth and so on. I recommend switching out the Pixie Plate for something else later on. And then we have Gyarados. I'll also be switching its items around. Adamant Nature and Moxie. And same old moveset. Alright. Now then, I would show you my other team, but I want to keep that a surprise. Technically, you don't need it, but it is just a fun little exercise. Alright, we're going to save, and I recommend, well, if you already know about this quest and already searched ahead, maybe you came up with a strategy already, but I recommend creating a team before a certain point, because you won't be able to easily access it. Alright, with that out of the way, we're just going to head over to the right side of the nightclub. Alright, with that, Cass has given us our next quest, and she even recommends creating a separate team, or a save file, I guess, so yeah, I also recommend doing that. I will be doing that for a certain part of this quest, just to test something. Alright, anyway, with that, we need to fly out to Agate City. Make sure you have healing items and your best team, according to Big JRA. We won't really need healing items, though. Alright, so out here on Route 1, we walk past the Tauros here, and we want to go down this rock climb wall, and we find ourselves in Aeolia Valley. From here, we want to climb up this waterfall. After that, we reach land and enter this cave. Alright, once we are in this cave, just interact with the purple crystal, and you'll find yourself a new world door, so head on in. Alright. Alright, I recommend saving here, and I'm also going to check my notes to make sure I have the right team. Okay. I'm just making sure this is what I want to start with for this quest. Hold on. Okay, looks good. Alright, I'm going to save here. So hold on. I mean, I could give it choice specs. I'll give my Naganadel a choice specs, and then we'll get started with this battle. Alright, save. And then good luck. Okay. Here is a little bit of post commentary. Here in this battle, I just decided to use Lycanrocs. Sorry, blanking out here. Z move, excuse me, Splinter Storm Shards. That was the main change, I believe. This is my 5th attempt. So, start off with Lycanroc and Naganadel. I choose to just immediately destroy the field, target Golisopod, and then go for a nasty plot on Naganadel. So, due to the chest field, I still have the effects of it, but I will be destroying it on the next turn. So that's how both of my Pokemon here are at 1 HP due to the chest pawn effect. So I destroy the field, Golisopod runs away, and Naganadel now has a boost. So I decide to target the Swoobat. I'm here and deciding to go for another boost, but I just decide to go for Sludge Wave, get good damage on that. Okay, so that wasn't the best. Couldn't take out the Swoobat, unfortunately. I knew I wouldn't be able to take out the Aegislash. But the Shadow Sneak did put a wrench in my plans. Next I put in Metagross and Mimikyu. Okay. So yeah, take out the Swoobat and then just go for a free Swords Dance. Yeah, because Aegislash will just use King Shield. So, it's best to not target it. Aegis or Hypno comes out. So due to the boost to both Metagross and Mimikyu's moves here, I can just take out them. No, like so. It's a bit unfortunate, I missed on the Aegislash there. Out comes Rhyperior. It doesn't gain much on this field. Okay. Shadow Sneak kind of sucks, but whatever. Shadow Claw. Alright, managed to take out the Rhyperior, which is great. Golisopod comes out. Alright, I go for Shadow Sneak on the Aegislash. It did not use King Shield because it probably wanted to take out my Mimikyu with Shadow Sneak, but my Shadow Sneak goes first. And I just one-shot. I don't even know what it was, but one-shot it. Shadow Sneak the Bayonet, and even if Mimikyu goes down here, like so, I still had other Pokemon in the back. And I take out the Bayonet. Okay. Yeah, I just decided to break the field. I'll have the post commentary explain everything. Alright. With that out of the way, we're back here. Don't worry about healing your team. We will have access to a heal very shortly. Alright. So, we're just gonna proceed here as usual. There's no Pokemon. Okay, as I was saying, there are no new Pokemon here that we can encounter, outside of a few where you can like find their fully evolved form or their base form. For instance, Magnezone you can find fully evolved here, as well as an Abra. I believe that was an event Pokemon, but now you can find it here naturally. If you take a look at the encounter table, these Pokemon may seem very familiar to you in terms of a trend or pattern, so I'm sure you can perhaps figure out what might be coming for us. Anyway, save again, and then what we want to do is head over here because we can find Anna. Alright, so with that we got fully healed. And one thing I want to note is that I'm not actually sure if Anna's voice lines or dialogue here changes based on your route, so yeah, if I were a better YouTuber, I would have shown you both, if variants or variations, if that was possible, but you know, we are here now. Alright, so we actually want to head back down a little bit here, I believe. And I think we can head to the left. No, I'm wrong. Alright, never mind. Head back up this way. I'm going to use a Max Repel. Okay, hold up. I forgot I put it in here. I only have one Max Repel. Okay, never mind. We're not going to use it. Alright, anyway. Back down from where Anna was. If we head to the left here, there's a path we can find. There's also one hidden wing item, a pretty wing. Hopefully I can find it. There it is. Alright. Alright, before walking up there and dealing with whatever that is, I'm going to change around my items. So for my Gyarados, I'm going to give it a Gyaradocyte. Lycanroc will hold Lycanium Z. Switch you in. Since I can't Mega Evolve my Blaziken now, I'm going to give it a Wide Lens. Is it already holding it? No way. Okay, yeah. Oop. My goodness. Nope. Alright, here we go. Wide Lens. Lycanroc. So holding Lycanium Z. Metagross. Swordvest is fine. Life Orb is fine. Pixie Plate is fine. Life Orb is fine. Alright, save. And then we're going to walk up. This probably won't be a first try, so it'll be more commentary. Excuse me. Alright, so up here we are up versus Master Mime on a glitch field in singles. First up here is Abra, Pulse Abra to be specific. So my strategy for this is to Mega Evolve into Gyarados into a Dark type, bait out the Prismatic Laser. We're going to swap into Blaziken and use this Frenzy Plant, which is fine. And now I have to check what did I do here. I have to KO Abra, so I go for Flare Blitz. Right, it's recharging like so. We're going to protect. And the reason we protect is because we can't actually go first in that instance there, because this Abra has ridiculous stats, but with the 2 speed boosts I can now take it out. here it sends in Mr. Mime. We are going to swap into Gyarados. It's going to go for Psycho Boost. It only has one move, and we can't actually damage it here, even with Motor Breaker, really, because it's going to swap again. So we're going to swap it into Lycanroc. And here is where I can use Splintered Storm Shards to break the field, because this Magnezone is not fast enough to stop me. So, it goes for Bolt Strike. I'm going to sack my Lycanroc because I can't do much with it here. And if I switch in my Blaziken, I won't be able to take it out. So I'm going to swap in Blaziken now, and we're just going to go for High Jump Kick is technically more damage, so we can go for that. Okay, that's fine. That's really annoying, actually. We can send in Gyarados here, though. Dragon Dance once. Dragon Dance again. See, the thing is, the Mr. Mime gets stuck using Psycho Boost here. So I'm just going to take advantage of that. It may seem cheese, but hey. They have their Magnezone, they're not swapping into it, so we can go all the way. Alright. And Gyarados has Mode Breaker, so it can get through the Wonder Guard. Because normally you would need a Fairy type move to deal with this typing it has. Alright, up next is Muck. The annoying one with Protein or Protean or however you pronounce it, but switches to Shadow Sneak, completely useless, so I can just one-shot it like so. Up next is Magnezone. Normally this thing would eat me for lunch, my Gyarados, but we are stacked up in attack boosts. And lastly we have the Clawitzer here, which is also super annoying, but yeah, I don't know why the AI breaks there, but hey, that is great for us, because it makes this battle a breeze when it would normally be like one of the hardest ones, because it's, you know, min-max pulse Pokemon on an annoying field to deal with. Alright, save, because I don't want to do that again, and we have our first Nanab Berry, so now we just want to scooch on over back to the center. Speed up through this. Anyway, you might now be able to figure out, with the Pokemon encounters here and the first battle we just had there, what type of battles we will be having and what kind of Pokemon we will be facing. Anyway, make sure to heal up at Anna. Alright. I forgot to mention this earlier, but Shiv was up here. I should talk to him. He had some dialogue about, oh, you don't have any berries, go find them. And he was talking about how they have no interest in you, or I actually don't know much about Shiv, so maybe it's they would be more appropriate. Alright, anyway, heading down, we want to head to the right side this time. I forget if there's any hidden items along here. Oh, there is. A Swift Wing. Okay, and I think that's the only item, but we will check as we walk by. Oh, a Health Wing as well. Alright. Do these items matter? No, not at all. We have more than enough ways of making infinite money now. But hey, why not pick them up? Alright, this next fight will be unbelievably easy with my team comp. But I'll put in Metagross and Gyarados in anyway. Alright. I highly recommend just bringing Gyarados like I have, a Mega one, and just do this battle. Alright, so we're up against the one pulse that we did not actually manage to fight ourselves. This one also has Wonder Guard, and with Eruption and its team supporting it, it will always just hit you with max Eruption, so it's pretty strong, along with Earth Power on this field as well, but we are not concerned about that. I will Meteor Mash the Whimsicott in the face, Mega Evolve, and use Crunch on the Camerupt. It doesn't matter what move I use here on the Camerupt with my Gyarados, but yeah, we can get that and take down you, and now this fight will be relatively easy because these next Pokemon up here are not really much of a threat because they're meant to support the Camerupt. So we want to double focus on Mungus though, because it does have a sleep move and it's really annoying. Okay, that's kind of annoying too. Play does kind of suck. We'll send in Blaziken next. Alright, Mouse Stick is annoying. We'll go Flare Blitz on you. Crunch on the Mouse Stick. Nice. I'm gonna go for Psychic. It's whatever. That could have been avoided if I wasn't paralyzed on my Gyarados, but that's okay. And we win. It's very simple if you can just take out the Gyarados. Or Camerupt first, excuse me. Alright, save again. Make our way over back to Anna so we can heal up. Get a gym counter. Okay, nice. Alright. Our next area to head to will be a little bit past Shiv to the left, but before then we are going to heal up. Alright. I might have missed a wing here or two there, honestly. I'm not too sure. Alright, because I don't think there's a path to the right here. Yeah. Not really. And then, oop. Alright, let's see what Shiv has to say. Alright, cool, very cool. Alright, if we try to head up here for... Oh, there is something to the left here. Okay, nice, we get one Muscle Wing. Alright. Let's see, let's head to the... Or attempt to head to the right here. Excuse me. Never mind, we can't go that way. How about up here? We can find one fantastic item, a Resist Wing. Why are these wings hidden here? I have no clue. There's probably some reasoning. I don't know what it is though. Not a single clue. Alright. But we're gonna pick them up because this wouldn't be a walkthrough if I didn't show you things. Genius Wing in tow. We will come down this way. Okay, I think that's the way to progress that way. Okay, we have to go here anyway. There's no wing up there. Okay. Oh. A clever wing here. Alright, I think that's it for wing items, but we are going to spam my search button anyway. Alright, we have our next pulse battle, and hopefully our last. Alright, this one was the hardest one for me in my thing, so I even had to really game up the items I gave. So for Metagross, I need to give it a Choice Band, and for my Naganadel, I need to give it Choice Specs. So we swap that in here. Lycanroc still doing its Lycanium Z thing. Blaziken still holding that. Mimikyu, I will give it whatever lets me deal more damage with ghost type moves, so hopefully that is in here somewhere. Spooky Plate. Yep, ghost type moves. And then Gyarados, I actually gave it a Leftovers. Alright, with that we will save. And hopefully I can do this first try, if not, post-commentary time. Alright, here is post-commentary. Third attempt this one took. So I started with Metagross and Nagandel, because we want to take out Suzy first so it does not set up Trick Room quite yet. So the Sludge Wave does great damage, and then Metagross can finish it off. So Nagandel and Metagross are holding their respective choice items. So luckily my Metagross did not get hit by Precipice Blades. I don't know how much that mattered. Probably matters though. Then here I double focus the Evola, use Splinter Storm Shards to get rid of the field, and then I'm stuck with the Zen Headbutt due to choice ban, so that's that. Now the Trick Room is set up, but I can still work around it. Here we double focus Mary Lou. I cannot switch out any of my Pokemon due to Arena Trap, so Lycanroc goes down here. Metagross manages to dodge another move to get some good damage on Mary Lou. Zen Headbutt, and then Protect. I'm not actually sure what the names actually refer to. The sleep on Metagross is really annoying. Blaziken gets one Protect off. So Sleep Powder misses, which is great. Power Whip hurts, but we can still hit Mary Lou and get the knockout here, which is great. Another speed boost, but we're in Trick Room, so it doesn't matter. Metagross is so sleepy. Go for another Protect. Muddy Water. Metagross dodges another attack. Here, yeah, I just decide to Zen Headbutt a Swalot. Here, I do decide to swap out my Blaziken, because I need to save it to take out Cindy. So Power Whip, Q takes a hit. Same thing there. Tanks a Clear Smog, which is great. Here, I decide to finish off the Swalot, and Shadow Sneak it as well. So, another lucky miss. So take minor damage from Muddy Water, and now I have so many Pokemon remaining that I should be able to just take out Cindy. So here I decide to just hit Cindy, even with its stamina that boosts defense, just because I think my Pokemon can cinch it now from this point on. So Zen Headbutt here. I don't know what I'm doing. Then go for Protect, because I know it's going to target one of us at least. Yeah. So just get more damage up, and then here I need to use High Jump Kick because it's weak, and did that and not to Flare Blitz unlike the other Tangrowth, and that's how we win. Okay, nice. I didn't follow my script of moves, but it still worked out in the end. Thank goodness. Alright. Now we have all 3 berries, so you can return back to Shiv. I am going to heal my team. Of course, you always gotta heal your team after a battle. Alright. Is this the right way? I'm not actually sure. Okay, yeah. Didn't talk to Shiv yet. I'm actually going to save and split my save file. Or not split, but just have 2 of the same ones ready. So I am going to walk this away. Alright, talk to Anna. Alright, I will now access my save file. You won't see it, but I am, as we speak, copying my save file. I recommend saving in front of Shiv, not here, but this works. Alright. So first I will show you how this quest would normally progress from this point, and then reusing my old save file, I will show you how to triumph in this next part. Alright. So anyway, make our way over to Shiv. Oh, Just a fun little side thing. Check your inventory. You won't be able to find those berries, and that might be the case that matters here. Alright, so with that, we will just now try and proceed. So, if we head up along this path I went for before, there'd be this long... Oh, right, we don't have the item finder now. Long winding path, and here you will find a new world door. So head on through. You can save or not, it doesn't really matter. I will be saving. I already have a separate save file. From here... there's actually something we can find before we head up to Shiv. So, if we go along this way, face a fat Avalugg. Oh, hold on. It's back in this area before we come here. What the hell? Alright. Shoot. Guess I have to save that. What the heck, man? Really? Alright, hold on. I think I'm still stuck in this area here, right? I'll have to bring up my old save file. You know what? Let's do this, and then reuse my old save file. There's a ZCell I missed, but we can get that later. Alright, so with that, we're up against Shiv. So Shiv does not actually have a too difficult team to deal with. Except there's one caveat here. Is that all our Pokemon are set to level 1. So, under normal circumstances, you are not meant to win this battle. No matter what you do, with a normal team, you cannot win. Of course, in this video I will show you my strat on how to deal with this. Because you still can win, despite the overwhelming odds against you, but I will be showing you how this quest would normally progress if you were just to come into this blind. So, yeah, you would just get wiped by his first Pokemon here. Doesn't really matter what his other Pokemon are. Alright, fun times, getting wiped. Wow, you still end up giving money. It's crazy. That's not me, by the way. Lynn does that. Or, excuse me, not Lynn. Shiv does that to you. It's hard to see the dialogue because it goes so fast when it instantly restarts you there. I wish there was a little bit more time delay on that. Or maybe that's just because of my settings for debug mode. Anyway, if you can have your fun, walk back up to Shiv again. I'm going to be resetting anyway, so I'm not going to nickname it here and find a shiny one, so. Alright, and with that, this is where the quest would end, but of course I still have to show you how to beat Shiv, because that is possible, so I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. So we are here just before Shiv again, and this time I will pick up the ZCell I missed as well. So, if we meander our way back to Shiv, but before talking with Shiv, we want to head into our fantastic little inventory before it gets wiped and use our remote PC. We do have access to it here, thankfully, so we can move around some Pokemon. And here in my top slot, you can see my prepared team. So, I will quickly explain here. Here we have Tyranitar. It is only used to set up a Sandstorm, and Smooth Rock extends the duration. Next, we have two Arons. They are both holding shell bells and have sturdy. And in terms of moves, the only moves you need will be Endeavor and Iron Head. So that is the same for this one as well. And then we also have a Powdown. It is also used to just set up a Sandstorm holding a Smooth Rock. Smooth Rock doesn't really matter, but there's no other items to give it, so there's that. Next we have a Lowland Marowak. I selected this because it's Ghost type and it can hold a Focus Sash. Then as for moves, it has Endeavor. That's all you need. And then I have a Rattata for backup, but honestly, this is the premier fear strategy, which is what I'm using here. You just need Endeavor and Quick Attack. However, the Rattata ideally will not be seeing use because I can't actually use it. And this strategy I have here is not foolproof 100%. There is one situation in this battle upcoming with Shiv that I cannot win with this, but otherwise, you know, I can just brute force it with this team and it will win. In the description, I will be posting a video link to a more consistent and easier to set up strategy, because getting Endeavor on Aron, it's not too bad actually. There's a move tutor, same thing for Marowak. You just need to go find them. The Powdown and Tyranitar aren't too hard to get. The Focus Sash, you should already have some if you follow this guide, or you can just buy some. Getting Endeavor and Quick Attack on these two is also really easy. There is a move tutor at the Apophile Academy on the second floor, towards the back, where you can teach Endeavor very easily. And then Iron Head, there is a move tutor in the 7th Market down in the basement or whatever area of Lapis Ward, where you can teach Iron Head very easily as well. Then Tyranitar and Hippowdon, you only need things that set up Sandstorm, so that's about it. So, swap out your team. Like I saw. Okay. Yeah, any other Pokemon can be in the same spot as Rattata. I just have Rattata just in case I may need an extra member. Alright, with this we will save. This will be my main save file now. Alright, so we do as Shiv says, and just head on over back to that door. Alright, okay. But before we head into that door, there is a path up and to the right, supposedly. Is it over here? Over here? There's a hidden ZCell somewhere. Is it here? Ah, here we are. Pull it down these funny little stairs. Go down along this way. Yes, you will find ourselves our 46th ZCell. So, up these funny little stairs again. And just for reference, it is right here. Yes. And down this way was where we walked away from Shiv or whatever. Alright, follow this path along anyway. Okay. And found the door again. We will save. And then head up and face Shiv. And I will show you how beautiful this strategy is. Alright, so up here against Shiv. Here is how the strat goes. My Tyranitar here sets up Sandstorm. Its move doesn't matter, so it goes down. Next we send in my darling Aeron. We use Endeavor. Get knocked down to 1 HP. Endeavor lets me heal up through Shell Bell, and Sandstorm will one-shot the Roserade. Does Endeavor with Sturdy. Sturdy lets me survive at 1 HP, and then Endeavor takes the opposing Pokemon down to 1 HP, and then the Sandstorm will take it out. However, this Metagross is an issue because it is Steel type. There's no way to get around it, so I just have to try and hit it with Iron Head here. That's how I can take it out. Up next is Gyarados. It doesn't matter what move I pick here because I can't survive through Sturdy, so that's why I have a second Aron to come in, use Endeavor. Back to 1 HP. Sandstorm takes out the Gyarados through damage. Charizard comes out. We Endeavor again. 1 HP. Goes down to Sandstorm. And we can Endeavor one last time. And unfortunately Sandstorm doesn't last, so we just have to take it out old-fashioned way through Iron Head. And last up is this Apom. So for some reason this Apom has ridiculous stats because it has 1000 EVs in HP, 1252 in attack. And then now that the issue with this Apom is it's holding a King's Rock and also has Skill Link and Tail Slap. Sturdy does not work against multi-hit move like Tail Slap, and same thing for Focus Sash. However, this strat will still work. I just need the Sandstorm up here. Miss, it's fine. It missing is also not ideal. Alright, so here is where the strat can go Ari. So even if I send in Marowak, it cannot hit me with Tail Slap, so it means I can avoid the, multi-hit move. However, the flinch chance from King's Rock can make it so Endeavor, I do not get to use it here. And then the Sandstorm will take us both out, but my Rattata will still be up, and then I will win the battle. So if I get flinched here, I lose, otherwise I win. Because it goes for knockoff. Focus Sash lets me survive it down to 1 HP. Endeavor gets us both down to 1 HP, and that is how we win. We do get unique dialogue from Shiv after this battle if you win, but it really doesn't change anything, win or lose. So don't worry about doing this. So yeah, Shiv reset my game there. And we're left with my one Rattata. Hopefully I don't encounter any wild Pokemon. I still don't have access to my bag. Oh, now I do. Alright, it's because you beat Shiv. So Shiv just puts you here. So Pokemon, please, 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 please. Okay, nice. Right, I will be resetting for a shiny Darkrai, so I'll be right back. Oops, I think that was muted. I couldn't find a shiny, so we're just gonna move on. And just, yeah, I just decided to put in my party because why not? It would make it easier to sort anyway when I go back into the box. Alright, and with that, we are placed back at the entrance. So, if we go to check our inventory, though, we see we do not have a Darkrai. And that is because this quest is not actually done. And I think that's part of the reason why you can't actually get a shiny Darkrai through that, because this quest is not done yet. So we are going to finish this off in the next episode. But for now, we will end it here. I have a lot of editing to do. Don't know how long this video will be. Hopefully it's under an hour. If not, GG's. Alright, with that, I will see you all later.